They topped the Chargers 16-3. Let's break it all down. It's time for Game Day Final. It is time for Game Day Final, presented to you by Mercedes-Benz. The Patriots get their first postseason win since kissing the Lombardi Trophy after Super Bowl 53. Drake Maye in his playoff debut to Hunter Henry as the former Charger scores the only touchdown of this game and disposes of his former team 16-3, your final from Foxborough. And with that, we welcome you to Game Day Final. It is presented to you by our friends at Mercedes-Benz. These are my two friends. They're Super Bowl champions, Michael Robinson, former wrestling champion, MJD. I'm Chris Rose.
He's not a real Super Bowl champion,
I am a Super Bowl champion. That's why you're. Welcome to the show, by the way.
You didn't earn it.
I saw you.
You did earn it.
Didn't earn it. Come
Not
on,
on the
man.
field.
You're crazy.
You know who earned it Sunday night? The Patriots defense.
Yeah, they did.
I thought maybe the guys were trying to get an extra bonus to see who could get to Justin Herbert the fastest on that New England
like
defense.
a track meet to get to him, man.
What happened? What did New England do so well defensively?
I think it was less about New England and more about just the Chargers and all the injuries they had on that offensive line. And so when New England gets healthy and they have the opportunity to let those guys kind of pin their ears back and rush, you get one-on-ones. And when you get those one-on-ones against backups and your third left tackle and your third right tackle, and it's just miscommunication. There was a ton of things going on. And so credit to New England for blitzing and seeing that, but also sometimes your starters are going to be better than most people's backups, and that's what you saw tonight.
6 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 5 passes defended. To me, I know you just said it was more about, the injuries across that, Chargers offensive line, but it just looked like to me the New England Patriots wanted it more tonight. It seemed like they were the more physical team. I know we hear Coach Harbaugh talk about how physical of a team they want to build around Justin Herbert, but tonight, they didn't look like the more physical team. The New England Patriots look like they have taken on the personality of Mike Vrabel. They look like they're having fun playing physical, fundamental football, especially on the defensive side. And while we're talking about the Patriots, I just want to give a shout-out to Robert Kraft, right, for understanding what happened last year and then making the switch, getting Mike Vrabel, and now look at where this team is right now, right? You know you made a mistake, and, you don't allow it to go any further. You make the change and move on, and now the New England Patriots are moving on to the Division Round.
Yeah, you're talking about the coaching change, obviously, where they had a one-and-done, and they move on. They bring in Mike Vrabel, who won 3 Super Bowls as a player up there and has reestablished. In fact, Mike Vrabel has been the winning coach in the last 2 playoff games that have had in Foxborough, because he's the guy that with the Tennessee Titans ended Tom Brady's run as a New England Patriot. So let's flip it to the offensive side of football. We were all curious how Drake Maye would do, right? They didn't play the toughest schedule. In fact, the Patriots played the easiest schedule of any NFL team in the last 26 years. So there were a lot of people that were skeptical. And Drake Maye, the first half was rickety at best. I thought he kind of settled in a little bit. What do you think overall of his performance?
He did settle in, but I will say this about Drake Maye. He used his legs. He led the team in rushing, 10 rushes, 66 yards. And his pocket mobility, his ability to keep the play alive, his ability to, when there's a free rusher, to just move just a little bit and still find an open receiver downfield. It's uncommon for a guy that young. I'm surprised to see him navigate the pocket and navigate situations being that young of a quarterback. He understands how to find completions. He showed poise tonight. To your point, Chris, he did start the game a little bit, shaky, but he finished up. He finished up with completions. This team ran the football. I thought Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, did a great job of just managing every situation. And now we know why Drake Maye is in the MVP discussion.
Yeah, I thought, again, they did a great job of being a balanced offense. I firmly believe that they didn't try to put everything on them early. They were like, listen, we're going to run the football. We're going to control the line of scrimmage. We know this team is going to blitz in certain situations. We want to really eliminate the exposure of you getting hit or have to check protections by trying to stay in third and manageable. And like I said, early on, it was a little off and on, but as they started to settle in, as they started to get bigger runs, bigger chunk plays, as he started to convert on third downs, then you start to see him get more comfortable. And so, those things happen. I just think, again, the New England Patriots are a really good football team, a team. They're not led by one side of the ball or the other. They run the football well. They stop the run well. They can get after the quarterback. They can protect the quarterback a little bit. And then when Drake Maye needs to make a play, guess what? he makes the play. So that's what you want to go with going forward. Again, you just can't start that way, though. You got to have more than, 9 points going into the fourth quarter of the next round for sure.
Yeah, but just get that first one under your belt, which is what his cohorts at the top of the 2024 draft have done. Caleb Williams got his first win last night for the Chicago Bears. He was the one pick. Jaden Daniels last year took Washington all the way to the NFC title game, and now Drake Maye has his first, and he is one win away from getting to the AFC Championship. Unfortunately, Justin Herbert is still looking for that elusive first playoff victory as he falls to 0-3. Last year, he was big time to blame, right? 4 interceptions and loss in Houston. This time, he couldn't kickstart this offense at all. We talked about the injuries to Slater and Alt, their bookend tackles. So does he get a pass or does he not, MJD?
But to me, when you pay a guy that amount of money, he has to be able to mask a lot of your problems, right? He has to be the deodorant to your offense. And so if I'm paying you,
$262.5 million.
Yeah, that much money, I expect you to be able to play with some guys that may not be your starters. A lot of times, he just didn't look comfortable back there, right? When you're looking back there, there's guys open, but he's looking to scramble. He's looking to get on the move, and that's what it looked like most of the night. I need you to sit in the pocket and make the correct throw and trust that your guys are going to get open and make plays. Also, look, it's hard having guys hanging all over you as well. I understand that part as well, right? So, again, is it his fault? He's going to have to take some blame in it, you know what I mean? But at the same time...
Is it his fault, yes or no? You're kind of tiptoeing.
I just said, I said, yes, it was. I said, when I pay that amount of money, I need you to go out there and make plays.
But to that point, MJD, can you give a better option? I can't.
Well, let me ask you this.
You know what I'm saying?
Josh Allen have won this game on Sunday night? Let me throw that one out there.
I think so. I think Josh Allen's ability to run the football.
This guy, he led the team in rushing, too. He can run the football.
It's different, though.
I think Josh Allen is a different animal, a different beast, and I think he would have gave the team a better shot. But let's not be mistaken about this, right? Greg Roman's the offensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Chargers, right? There's a reason why Baltimore let him go. Right? The passing game wasn't where they wanted it to be. To me, when I look at this game today, the passing game wasn't where they needed to be. They talk about helping Justin Herbert out. They talk about getting him a run game. They talk about getting him offensive linemen and things like that. The play caller has to match as well. How come they can't get a guy like a Clint Kubiak or somebody in that vein of that Shanahan running offense, outside zone, play action, so that you're not just looking at Justin Herbert to be the Superman every single week, right? You got a running game that can actually complement Justin Herbert. To me, that's what needs to happen with Justin Herbert. Then you'll see that money be spent.
But that's why they brought in Harbaugh, because he's going to bring a running game. He's going to do those
plays, though.
But I mean, he chose his OC. The game plan, like I said, the problem is this. It wasn't just the offensive line injuries. Hampton wasn't 100%.
They barely played.
Yeah, so now all of a sudden you don't have the same running game. As much as I love Vidal and what he's been able to do, he can't carry the load like that the whole season like he did and then expect him to play in the playoffs. So they just got to find a way to stay healthy.
So what you saying, the Chargers got to be 100% healthy all year and get to the playoffs.
Because that happens to every team in the NFL.
No other team gets there like that, bro.
Listen to me.
At some point, the quarterback has to be that guy. The team has to figure it out.
Maybe it's just the Chargers have to be 100% healthy all year and get to the playoffs if they want to get their win. That's what happens.
Well, nice thing is they have plenty of time to get healthy.
Yeah.
We'll see you next season, 2026. We will see